Hello, welcome to Chapter 10, Lesson 10. Today we're going to be dividing whole numbers by unit fractions. Now, unit fractions are just fractions with a numerator of 1. So 1/4, 1/5, 1/6, 1/18, or whatever. So let's take a look. You can divide a whole number by a unit fraction using models. A unit fraction is a fraction with a numerator of 1. Unit just means 1, right? Because in the future we're going to be talking about unit rates, which is a rate of 1. How much does 1 of something cost? So unit, whenever you hear unit, think 1. Example 1. A sports website has score updates every quarter hour, 1/4 hour. How many times does the website have score updates in a 3-hour period? So we're going to take 3 and divide it by 1/4. The model represents 3, right? I have 1, 2, 3 boxes. And then I'm going to divide it into fourths. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Notice when I make 3 lines, it actually makes 4 spaces, and that's what I'm looking for. So now if I see how many fourths did I fit into 3, I would get 4, 8, 12. There are 12 fourths in the model. So therefore, 3 divided by 1/4 is 12. Do you notice anything? Remember before, whenever I said, like, if I'm doing 12 times 1/4, what were we actually doing? 12 times 1/4 is the same as saying 12 divided by 4, right? So inversely, 3 divided by 1/4 is the same as saying 3 times 4, because we got our 12, isn't it? So isn't that kind of a neat little trick that we have going on there? So down here at the bottom it says you can check division problems using multiplication because they are inverse operations. So let's figure out if we did 3 divided by 1/4 equals 12, then going oppositely, we should do 12 times 1/4 should equal 3. So if I'm going to multiply 12 times 1/4, 12 over 1, it would be 12 over 4. So I could divide by 4, and get 3 over 1, or 3. And also, I kind of talked about it up here. If I'm going to do 12 times 1/4, it's the same as saying 12 divided by 4. So it equals 12 divided by 4, or 3. Lisa takes 4 apple pies to her family reunion. Each pie is cut into sixths. How many pieces of pie can she serve? Find the unknown. So we have 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes. And each of them should be cut into 6 equal pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, I'm human, right? So human, I'm not going to get them equal, but really if we're talking about fractions, they should be equal. So how many sixths are there? 6, 6, 6, 6. Or 6 times 4, and we would get 24. There are 24 sixths in the model, so 4 divided by 1/6. 4 divided into 1/6 would be 24. So G equals 24. Lisa can serve 24 pieces of pie. So if I'm going to go backwards, I'm going to take 24 times 1/6 and see if I get 4, which I do. Find the quotient. Quotient means division, right? of 2 divided by 1/3 using the model. So I'm going to cut each piece into thirds. Okay, so if I'm taking 2 and I'm dividing it into 1/3 pieces, how many third pieces do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 1/3 pieces. Okay, so if I'm going to check, then I'm going to take 6 times 1/3, and that will give me 6 thirds, right? 6 over 1 times 1 over 3 equals 6 over 3, which is the same as saying 6 divided by 3, because we always do top divided by the bottom, and that will give us 2. Find each quotient using a model, check using multiplication. So I need to cut 4 blocks into fifths. Oh gosh, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I'm counting these, I would be 5, 10, 15, 20. So our answer here is 20. 20 times 1/5. 20 over 1 times 1 over 5. I could do that little trick we talked about the last video, where I divide by 5, divide by 5, and I would get 4 over 1 or 4. Or I could also say I'd get 20 over 5, 20 divided by 5 or 4. Okay, so here I'm doing 6 divided by 1/2, so I need to cut each whole in half. Okay, and so if I'm dividing it into half, how many halves do I get? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So 12 times 1/2, same as 12 divided by 2, would be 12 over 2 or 6. So that checks out. My answer is 12. Chef Erin has 4 pizzas. She needs to divide it into slices, and each slice is going to be 1/6. Okay, so when I'm dividing 4 into 6 pieces, really I'm doing 4 times 6, so I would get 24. So there's 24 slices, right? Because in my head I'm picturing 4 bars, right? And each one is cut into 6 pieces. So how many pieces do I have? 6 times 4 pieces. Okay, a baker cuts 3 cakes into pieces. Each piece is 1/8 of a cake. So that means she's cutting each piece into 8 pieces, right? So we're doing 3 divided by 1/8. Oops, 18th by 1/8, which is really, I'm doing 3 times 8, so I'm going to get 24 pieces. Okay, because I have 8 here, 8 here, and 8 here. Identify the structure. Circle the model below that represents 2 holes divided in each hole into 3 pieces. So let's see, here it appears I have 2 holes, but I divided them each into 4 pieces, so that's not right. Here I have 1 hole divided into 3 pieces, I need 2. Here I have 2 holes divided into 2 pieces. Yes, I purposely picked this one last because it's correct. I have 2 holes divided into 3 pieces, so this is the one. Then write a division problem using a whole number and a fraction for each of the remaining. Oh, come on. So this would be 2 divided by 1/4, right? Because we're dividing it into fourths. This would be 1 divided by 1/3, because that 1 was divided into 1/3 pieces. And this one here would be 2 divided by 1/2, right? Cut each piece into 2 pieces, 1/2. Karen uses 5 pounds of meat to grill hamburgers. Each pound is divided into thirds to make each hamburger. how many hamburgers can Karen serve? So I have 5 pounds of meat, and each pound is divided into 1/3 into 3 equal pieces. Okay, so again, I'm picturing my 5 hamburgers, and each is cut into 3 equal pieces. So how many hamburgers can I make? 3 times 5, or 15 hamburgers. Okay, so I know this is kind of confusing to wrap your head around, so I'm hoping this model will really kind of drill it into you, showing what exactly is happening. Like, why is 5 divided by 1/3 the same as 5 times 3? So if you have any questions, let me know. Thanks for watching.